We are about a week out from Pink Days in Bloom, taking place Saturday, July 23rd. And to talk more about that this morning, we welcome Deanna Oles to the program. Good to see you this morning, Deanna. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? I'm great.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, thank God.
Ain't that the truth?
For real.
Can you believe about a week away?
I know. The countdown is on. I can't believe it's already here. It's only one more week and we're getting ready. Everybody's been getting really excited. Everything's really coming together. Pink Days in Bloom, for those that don't know, is a benefit that we put on Blooming Valley Landscape and Supply. We put on to benefit the Yolanda G. Barco Oncology Institute and the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. This is our third year. Last year we raised about $10,000, so that's really... we're trying. Our goal this year is to surpass that. So we will see how far we get. So far, it's looking really good. We've got great sponsors on board helping us out, and a great lineup of events. The bands that we have: Eden Light, the Riff Riders, Justin Moyer, and the Sofa King Cool Band. So that will be going on all day. The bands start at 11 a.m., go all the way till 9 p.m., and you can find more information about them and the other things happening during the day at www.bvlas.com/pinkdays. There's speakers. We have demonstrations. Dr. Don Morgan will be doing a speech on positivity and how attitude impacts health.
Isn't that amazing? I'm glad you brought that up because I know some people, and of course, when going through cancer treatments, it is amazing to see what attitude can do to somebody. A more positive outlook generally is much better overall.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely all in how you perceive things that will definitely pave the road for how your recovery and how things go in all cases, and not just cancer and recovery and everything.
Right.
But I think attitude impacts everything you do. So there's also some other things happening. A really neat group, Casting for Recovery. They are going to be doing a fly casting demonstration. And this is a group that I've just learned about, but they take the motion of fly casting is apparently really good and similar to the physical therapy that they do for recovery coming out of the chemo. So it's these are breast cancer survivors that have gone through the treatments, and they are learning how to fly cast fish. And it's not only the atmosphere and, the attitude that it brings on, I guess you should say, but also that motion. It helps to recover. So that's a really neat group. They do that, and they raise money also for breast cancer, too.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So.
Wow, who would have thought about that? That must be fairly new.
Yeah, I was just reading about it on their website. One of the people on our committee is Tony Caldarelli, and he is from the Sofa King Cool Band. And he found out about them and thought that would be really cool to have them at the event. So
wow, so someone that you're working with actually is, wow, that's really something.
Yeah. So there's a couple other things going on as well. Well, more than a couple. We have a hooping demonstration, and we have been told that there may be fire hoops going on.
Oh, my goodness.
So we're not really sure exactly how that's going to go, but it looks like it's going to be so much fun. And there's also hula hoops and balls and things for the kids to play with. So
with fire or without fire?
Without fire for the kids.
Okay.
For you?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's right. I'd do it. I'd try it.
And then Olivero's Vineyard is going to be doing a speech on the health benefits of wine at 6 p.m.
Ooh.
So that will be very interesting. They are also set up as a vendor, so you'll be able to taste, I believe, and purchase wine there to drink at the event. Speaking of beverages, we will have Iron City beer during the day, during our lunch hour, and then in the evening, Voodoo will be joining us, and they're not only bringing their beer this year, but they're bringing their Voodoo truck.
Really?
So, in addition to all the food that we have from all of these restaurants, these fabulous restaurants, pretty much by the time they're, almost out of food, then the food truck will arrive and you'll be in luck again.
Excellent.
So if you go away hungry, it's your own fault, right?
Exactly.
Now, those are demonstrations, but there's a ton of workshops going on too, correct?
There is. There is a lot of stuff for kids, crafts, and games. Magic Steve will be there in the morning doing some balloon art and a magic show. We have face painting by Anita Jenkins. Then we will have some crafts. We have fridge magnet art, marble art. We have a balloon toss game and an egg race game and a potato sack race for both kids and adults. So that's at 4 o'clock, that one. And then the rest of that is just throughout the day. We've kind of scattered things around. We also have a gravel pit treasure hunt, which is sponsored by Hasbrook Gravel, Kennedy Landscape Supply, and Earned Seed. And they have come together to create this big pit of gravel, and there's little toys hidden inside the gravel, so the kids can come and dig and find, and
that's
they get
cool.
to take home a toy.
Nice.
So it'll be neat.
Now, of course, folks are used to seeing these posters around town, but if you see one, stop and take a look and read. Look at all these people who are supporting this event.
It's amazing the amount of community support that we really have. Star Marketing has done all of our posters and all of our advertising pieces. They do an amazing job. You guys have done our TV commercial, which is fabulous. We want to thank definitely Forever Broadcasting and Cool 101 and Armstrong for airing our commercials, radio and TV. And Miller Maintenance, Powell's Portable Toilets, Hagen Business Machines prints our stuff for us. So a lot of in-kind donations, also some cash donations, the VFW post 2006. So we've got a lot of different people coming together. Meadville Tribune runs some ads for us. Just everybody's really come together, both cash sponsors and in-kind, to help us make this event possible.
What a good feeling that must be to have so many people
Really
supporting
is.
this.
Yeah. And then, you get people like the restaurants, like Julian's. DJ York down there, he not only does a fabulous job cooking, but he's really has a great community spirit, and he really has a heart for Meadville, and he just wants to see things like this succeed. So he's always he's doing everything he can. We used his restaurant for all of our meetings, and he has donated tables and chairs and tents and things for the event. And just taking it upon himself to be on the committee and help out in any way that he can. Hunter's Inn over in Guy's Mills, they are, and Julian's is also selling our t-shirts, as well as Hunter's Inn. And they have, not only are they donating food for the event, but they're also selling our shirts, and they have an item on the Chinese auction table, and they're putting our little rack cards on every one of their flip cards on the tables. So really just wholeheartedly involved. And it's just amazing to see that these people are doing that. They're wearing our t-shirts, their staff is wearing our t-shirts, just to promote and raise awareness. And these are for sale, I can show you. These are our tank tops. These are new this year.
Those are cool.
And these come in this black marble and also in pink. Very pink.
Wow.
And then the t-shirts, we also did different this year. So that's these here.
Very nice.
And this side of them. So
now, if you have any left over, will they be available at the event as well?
They will be available at the event.
But you said they're going fast.
Really fast, yeah. We actually had to reorder, and Lori's Embroidery is doing that for us, and she's working like crazy to try to get us more of them.
Well, again, this benefits the Breast Cancer Research Foundation and the Yolanda G. Barco Oncology Institute. And if you're anywhere in Northwest Pennsylvania, and again, there's a cancer diagnosis, there's a good chance you're visiting the Oncology Institute. It's very well known.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic. And Deanna, what you guys have done to put this together is just amazing.
Thank you.
I know we've asked you this before, because this just doesn't happen overnight. You work on this throughout the year.
Yes. This is all I do right now. I eat, sleep, and breathe Pink Days right now. No, but I enjoy it. It's fun.
So how many people assist you in helping to make this happen?
This year I put a committee together, and there's some key members on the committee. We have, let's see here, Tara Lawrence from Bill Lawrence Personal Fitness. Christina Callan is my secretary at Blooming Valley Landscape and Supply. We have Melissa Spencer, Jeremy DeWoody, he works with us as well. Some of the guys at our workplace also are helping out here and there. I'm trying to think who else is on there. Tony Caldarelli, he's with the Sofa King Cool Band. Michelle Beers is our vendor coordinator. We have Jenny and Don Roten. Don Roten is the foundations chair for Meadville Medical Center, so he's helping out as well as his wife, Jenny.
So the support has just been incredible.
Yeah, Sarah Brickner, Shallon Leach. There's just many, a DJ York from Julian. So there's a pretty good sized committee, and we're all working very hard to get this thing.
Do you find that from year to year, you're in your third year with this now, and you've obviously got some experience under your belt putting the committee together and such. Do you find after a while that maybe some of these things kind of run themselves and folks are just kind of dropping into something and working on a well-oiled machine?
I don't know if we're there yet. I thought that that's the way it was going to be, but there's always so many changes. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah. I mean, a lot of the legwork is done because it is the third year, but there's always changes and there's always something new, and not every committee member has worked it for the past 3 years.
That's true, too.
So some people are new just this year. Some have worked it all 3 years, so we've got, it's a different scenario.
We're here with Deanna Oles, Pink Days in Bloom, coming up next Saturday. 8:22 is our time. This is the Morning Drill on Stream Television and the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. Going back 3 years, could you imagine, could you have seen what this was going to become, or was this sort of like, let's just see what happens?
3 years ago, it was the first event, and I wanted it to be a 3-day event. And I thought, well, this will be great. We'll just have all this stuff, and we'll spread it out 3 days. It's going to be this big festival. And then it rained all 3 days. All 3 days it rained. And it didn't just rain. It downpoured.
Wow.
So, I mean, I went, every night I went to bed and prayed that it would not rain again the next day. And I was just like, oh, it was horrible. So we didn't get a ton of people that year. And the fact that it rained, and it was the first year, and it was spread out over 3 days. So I said, okay, let's regroup. We had our meeting when it was all done. I said, okay, we took out feedback from everyone that was involved. And we said, let's do a 1-day event and just pack it. Just pack it full of as much stuff that we can. And that way, we're not like spreading out the crowd too much. So we have everybody there all at once, and just make it a longer day, because the first year it was a shorter day and it was just all 3 days for a small period of time. So we did that. That was one lesson learned. We also charged admission the first year, and we asked, a donation admission. So we asked for a donation, and then we just gave away free food and everything when they came. However, we learned that that was not good, because that kind of steered people away, because they weren't sure what was appropriate to give, so it's free admission now. And we've learned that just, that draws way more people in, and then let them choose if and what they want to eat or buy, so they can buy auction tickets, they can buy a plate of food, but the entertainment, the games, the crafts, everything else is free.
Wow. So
I think it just works out better for everybody that way, and they feel like they have a little bit more freedom to kind of a la carte what they want to spend their money on.
And you know what, that opens the door to, as you say, it frees them up. They can donate whatever they'd like, and it's not like you guys are just raising a couple $100.
Yeah,
this is a big event.
Yeah,
and I think it sounded like at first you were a little surprised at how much money you guys raised.
Yeah, I mean, the first year we didn't raise very much at all because of all the things, all the lessons learned. But I refused to give up. And I said, okay, we're going to do it again, and we're going to make it right. And we did, and last year was a great success, and I full-heartedly believe that this year will be twice as successful. So
that's amazing. That's fantastic. And I'm sure, when the check is presented to these folks, they have to be excited, and it's got to be a great feeling for you guys to do that.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, is the first year we split the money raised 50-50 between the Breast Cancer Research Foundation and the Yolanda G. Barco Oncology. Last year, we decided this is a local event put on by local people, sponsored by local businesses, and local people are attending it. So this is not just about Pink Days, it's about getting our community together as well, and all for a good cause. So we thought, why not give more to our local institution that is giving back to the people that live here and providing that care, because that's what's important, is providing care for us. We got to take care of us first, in our community. So we donated 70% of the money that we raised to the Yolanda G. Barco, and then 30% to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And I think that's what we're doing again this year.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. And again, it's hard to believe, but it's a week from tomorrow.
I know. Saturday, July 23rd.
I say that like, I can't believe the time is just flying. And you're like, oh my gosh, I got X amount of days to get this stuff together.
My list of things to do is this long.
I suggest you call Magic Steve, and maybe he can provide some more time for you.
Yeah,
Just
well, I asked him, but
appear.
he's got some other things, some paid gigs that he's got going on that day, and so he said, "This is what I have." So.
Well, I'll tell you,
We'll
absolutely, and everybody that's involved in this, just terrific. From the concerts to the demonstrations to the workshops to the folks providing food and beverages, and those just helping out any way they can. It's an amazing event, and congratulations to you guys for doing this. So again, kind of recap everything. If folks are looking for more information, they can get it online.
Yes, you can check out bvlas.com/pinkdays for more information. We also have a Facebook page. It is very active. We've been showing a lot of the auction prizes on there, and we've been featuring some of the sponsors and vendors on there as well, and also the program itself. Also the restaurants. I mean, I don't know if you get a chance to show that on camera as well, but we've got, I think, like 16 local restaurants that are offering
come
food
hungry.
And beverages. And, yes. And come thirsty, because we've got all this good coffee from Tim Hortons and Arby's, and then we've got Oliveira's wine and the Iron City beer and Voodoo beer, of course, my favorite. So.
Wow.
So you don't have to tell us the secret, but when it comes to wine, is red better than white for health?
Red's healthier, yes.
Okay.
So I haven't heard any previews on their speech, but that's just what I know personally.
Okay.
That red, semi-sweet or dry is the best for your health. So I hear.
So really, the best thing to do is come to the event and actually
and then we'll learn,
find
and
out.
I'll learn too.
And then you can tell us all about it. That'll be great.
So a ton of food, a ton of beverages, and just a great time. This upcoming Saturday, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, July 23rd, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., a full day of fun. Come hungry and bring some money to help support the great causes that this
you're going to
benefits.
want to bring some money for the auction, because it's 100 items, over 100 items on this table.
Oh, wow.
So it's huge. It's not just a little tiny Chinese auction. This is a big auction. There is giant things of cut wood, if you use wood for your fireplace or whatever. We have there's like a Keurig on the table. There's Campbell's Pottery. There's just Peebles donated an Estee Lauder basket. There's just all kinds of really good stuff on the table, and the vendors all donate something as well. So I think there's about 30 vendors. So that'll be really interesting.
Wow. So if you miss this, you're missing an event.
Yes. And last year, our 50-50 winner won, I believe, almost $500.
Really?
Wow.
So, yeah, you won't want to miss that either.
Blooming Valley Landscape and Supply presents Pink Days in Bloom, Saturday, July 23rd, benefiting the Breast Cancer Research Foundation and the Yolanda G. Barco Oncology Institute. Deanna, great to see you this morning. Congratulations on all of this. This is fantastic, and you guys should be commended. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and good luck.
Thanks for having me.
No rain next Saturday, right?
No.
No.
Forecast looks
you know
great.
What? It doesn't matter.
And we have shade tents and rain tents if that happens. And the stage is Watson Run does our stage. It's amazing. They have a tent over them too, so the band will go on.
Excellent.
And Luke has a connection with the Weather Bureau.
Yeah, I'll put in a good word for you.
Just make sure you put that logo in.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Speaking of weather, we'll take a look at that weather forecast one final time, and we got a final look at news next.